Today I'm going to show you how to sew a spot onto a head or any body part so that it has an invisible seam, so that it doesn't have like the noticeable whip stitches, big bulky uneven stitches, and it will look like it's just placed on the head just like this. So the first thing we're going to do is position our spot to exactly where we want it to be. And then I like to use straight pins, and pinning it in place like this is going to make sure that it doesn't shift around while you're sewing it. And this is a good technique to use for sewing any parts together. Alright, so that's not going to go anywhere. So the first thing we're going to do is grab a stitch from the head and pull it through. Then we're going to go up through the stitch through both loops. So we're pulling our needle up through both loops of the first stitch of the head. Not the head, the spot. Okay, and pull it through. Then we're going to go over one stitch and we're going to grab a stitch from the head. So we're through both loops and a stitch from the head and pull through. Now, instead of going up into the next stitch over, like you might think we would do, we're going to go back through the stitch that we just came out of. So not the one beside it, but the one we just came out of, and pull it back up. Okay, that makes it really super secure. We could have gone up through this stitch next here, but that just doesn't make it quite as secure and quite as neat as doing it this way. Now we're going to go over one stitch. So go up to the next stitch, grab a stitch from the head, pull through. And again, we're not going to go up through the stitch beside it, we're going to go right up again into the stitch that we just pulled out of. And we're just going to repeat this process all the way around. And this is making it really secure. This is not going to come undone. And as you can see, we have about this much sewn down, and it just looks like it's sitting on top of the head there. There's no crazy bulky stitches sticking out, and it's really neat and clean and very, very secure. So once again, down, grab a stitch from the head, go right back up through the stitch that you just came out of, not the one beside it, but the one you just came out of, and pull through. Then you can go over to the next stitch and start the process over again. And there you have it. Very time consuming compared to just doing whip stitching, but makes a really huge difference in the finished look, and I don't think you'll regret it.